friend.
Hi, Jackie.
Oh my gosh, we are here together in not sunny, not warm. Florida.
Sunshine State in Florida together. This is so great.
I brought the cold with me.
It actually feels pretty good. It's a nice little break here.
Okay, I love that you think it's good, but I came to Florida for sun and warmth and a break from the minus whatever Ohio weather. So we're just going to go with it. We're going to go with the breeze and the clouds, the palm trees.
Yes. You get to be with palm trees today. It's so wonderful.
I'm not going to hate it.
No.
So, hey, one of the things that you and I have been reminiscing over the past few days is back in the day when we were young moms and young wives.
Yes.
And just figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me a little bit about, like, there are seasons in our lives. And we touched a little bit about, like, how do you remember me back then? And
that was a hot topic this weekend.
It was a very hot topic this weekend.
Yes, it was actually an awakening.
For me as well, because how we see ourselves in a season is that mirror that we look into, and that often is different from how others see us.
That's very good.
And I want to talk a little bit today about when that girl becomes a woman and then maybe changes again.
Yes. Jackie, perfect timing for this prompt for this podcast this week. And if anybody is out there feeling the same way, new year, and here we are trying to reestablish a new groundwork, so to speak, to which we want to walk as women throughout the year. It also causes us to pause and reflect back on some of the things that maybe we didn't actually meet, or for our own personal goals, or what we valued as something that we would have conquered already.
Absolutely.
And when you mentioned seasons, my goodness, we go from season to season. And I think it's something women talk about way more than men.
For sure.
I don't know that I've ever heard my husband say, well, I had a season when. He's just like, they're talking about experiences. We are talking about a shift, otherwise known as, what did we discover a great word this week would be?
A pivot point.
A pivot point. Such a highlight. The guys look at the highlight reels.
They do.
They look at the highlight reels, and we are going, oh, that was a season of enlightenment, or that was a season of personal growth, or that was a season where I really just let myself go.
Ooh.
So when we're talking about today of the seasons where the woman grows again, today is all about having the ability and the permission to grow again.
And in that, it's not a contradiction, Christy. It's not a contradiction.
Right.
It is about the thread of continuity through our life's story.
Yes.
That says that young girl, that woman, the striving woman, the surviving woman.
Yes.
Those seasons, the girl or the woman that you were then was not a mistake. It wasn't an oops or gosh, I wish anything.
Right.
It was just that faithful response to life right in front of you.
Yes.
Talk to me about how we can celebrate who that person was, who that girl was, who that woman was at that moment in time.
Okay.
How can we celebrate her without camping there?
Well, camping is a temporary event.
And I don't like it. But okay, go on. Sorry.
So what happens is we pick up our tent
And we
and we go somewhere else. or we go buy an RV, or we're growing from KOA to KOA, so to speak. Like, okay, this one doesn't work for us. But I think that is just novel for who we are as women.
Sure.
Some women are okay camping where they are and stay there for many, many seasons.
Yes.
Because it's comfortable. Then we have other women that are, not that those women are not pursuing growth in other areas, but some women, such as you've moved several times, I learned this weekend, like more than several.
A few.
A few. Me, a little bit less. But at the same time, we've camped in different locations.
Yes.
Emotionally, spiritually, we're not hunkering down and cementing ourselves in that space. As we go from
Yes.
being able to grow again in continuity.
Ooh.
We're allowing ourselves to say, okay, this is what I've gleaned. And this is what I'm taking with me. Yes. I'm gathering the plunder, whether it is a plunder of learning, gaining insight, pulling from or tethering yourself to wisdom.
Love that.
It's you get to take all that with you.
How hard is it for you to look back and thank God for the girl or the woman you were at a moment in your life, instead of judging her from where you stand now?
Ooh, okay, that is so good.
Because hindsight is 20/20, but if I could go back, well, you can't. It's kind of an irrelevant question.
Yes.
Because you can't go back to then with all you learned now.
Okay. So good. I think women, particularly you,
yes,
just reflect on this for a moment. Is you can decide. It is a choice. If you are going to live in thinking that every season that you've gone through, there's been a curse.
Ooh.
There's been a failure. There's been a trial that you didn't fully overcome. There's been trauma that maybe it's over, but you're still taking a remnant with you. That to say, you can also decide to take the blessings, which are the wisdom, which is the love, which is the kindness and the being kind to yourself, and taking that goodness and say, okay, this is stuff that I can work with. Because if everything had a beginning and ending where you were camping, or beginning and ending in that season that was like, okay, the end, without any emotion or any faith tied to it, you would miss out on so much. It's like your treasure box just stays back in the season and instead of you picking it up and taking it with you to the next campground. I also look at it as, this is crazy.
Crazy. Okay, let's go.
Do you remember the term, I'm going to make this from scratch? Did you ever hear that? Okay. It is a scratch recipe.
Jackie still makes it all from scratch, but go.
Do you know where the word scratch came from?
No.
Well, in the 1800s, this is so cool. In the 1800s, that runners would just mark a line in the sand.
Scratch it.
Today, you pay people to make straight white lines for the beginning of a race, or a marathon, or Olympics.
Yes.
But they used to do that, and they would say, okay, at the scratch line. So what happened is it was man-made, such as baking a cake. Now, I say this because we are building ourselves, growing ourselves from scratch.
Oh.
With the help of faith, of course, we always have to plug who's with us, right? Who's with us in our own personal race. But we are bringing ourselves.
True.
We are bringing all we have, all we know of, ourselves. And we're using basic ingredients.
Yes.
And we're trying to figure it out because we don't have the specific measurements. Same thing with parenthood. Same thing with friendships. Same things with how we're even trying to figure out who God is and who we are supposed to be in this grand scheme of our life. We're not pre-measured. But how do we get pre-measured? We allow ourselves to go, okay, we learned from this. Maybe that cake that we used to pre-measured, it didn't even rise in the oven. Have you ever had that happen? I have.
Once or twice.
I have.
Once or twice. I killed the yeast. I don't know, but yes.
So we are working through the process every single time.
So it's not like we're trying to reinvent. That's not what you're saying. You're saying let's grow into being more fully who God created us to be.
Yes.
Bring from scratch. Bring all of those bits and pieces along the way.
Yes.
Being grateful. Okay, being grateful, Christy, talk to me about what if you had a significant trauma in your life? How am I grateful for that? Where do I pull gratitude in faith when I've had some really bad stuff go down?
I think when you say pull, I immediately go, you have to dig deep.
Okay.
You have to allow yourself to want to be healed. And I know that you can attest to that. You can probably speak better to that than I could. But I look at things where I feel I have let others down. I have let myself down. Things that maybe are not as traumatic as they are life-changing.
Yes.
Without severe trauma that you have faced or that you have worked through. And I look and I think about I don't know what I would do without God's word to get me through that. Like I say, okay, he who began a good work in Philippians, he who began a good work will complete it. God, I know you're working through this. I cannot do this by myself. I cannot heal by myself. I cannot pull the seeds that have been planted, and I can't until I can uproot some stuff.
Yes.
And direct it where God wants me to grow authentically.
Because God doesn't abandon what he starts.
No.
That's his great promise. He doesn't just plant a seed and walk away and go, good luck.
Right.
And sometimes rains fall, floods come, droughts come.
Winter, spring, summer, fall. The shifting.
God doesn't just leave us there. And so for me, looking backward on some really significant stuff, it's thank you, God, that you got me through it.
Yes.
That you didn't leave me there. And I'm reminded of the story of Joseph. Oh my gosh, Christy, Joseph is dear to me. Like his brothers were going to kill him because they were jealous.
Right.
And then they were like, no, we won't kill him. We'll just leave him in the pit. No, we'll sell him into slavery. That way blood isn't on our hands. How? I just can't even comprehend that this would be someone's life story, right?
Yes.
And long story short, in the most dire of famines, Joseph is in a position to literally feed a nation. And his brothers come to him not knowing it is him. They're assuming he's dead. And when they finally understand, oh my gosh, this is our brother Joseph that we thought we sold into slavery and long gone. And they're very much broken and repentant. He says, it's all good.
Right.
Because what you meant for harm, the trauma in your life, God's permissive will.
Yes.
His perfect will and his permissive will. God's permissive will was, okay, this is going to happen because there's going to be a greater good to it or from it.
Right.
What you meant for bad, for evil, God meant for good. Because if I hadn't gone through all these things, I wouldn't be right here right now.
That's right. And that's the beauty of it when it's not even the look back, but it's come with expectancy. God has a calling on your life through every trial and every triumph. That there's a calling that's greater, that lays ahead, that is greater than where you're camping out right now. God's calling is greater for you. Look for his hands in every situation. And it's okay if you feel like you are learning from scratch. Maybe you're in a place where you may not have a group or a sounding board to bring forth what's tucked inside. Maybe things that are coming up from your past.
Yes.
In a season of life where you actually have time to reflect on those, and you go, "Oh my gosh, that happened," and allow yourself permission without pre-measurement that to grow again, I personally, being vulnerable right now, I am in seeking counseling for a couple things.
Okay.
And I will tell you, it's one of the best. It's, I feel like my spirit, and for me personally, I'm waking up.
Oh.
I'm a 55-year-old woman that is ready to grow again. And
Grow again.
to grow again.
That continuity. Grow
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
Grow again.
Yeah. When I say in counseling, I'm also thinking like this is something for me. And it's actually a happy thing. It's not that I'm sitting in a space of burden or worry, or I'm just doing what everybody else says to do. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do, but this is joy for me.
Well, because maturity, society would really like to convince us otherwise, but maturity
Right.
can be an opportunity of growth as a gift,
Yes.
not a season of grief.
Ooh, that is so good.
And so
It's choosing. It's choosing.
it is.
It really is. At the end of the day, it's allowing yourself to relax in that choice.
Yes. And how do we acknowledge that there may be a subtle sense of sadness
Oh, yeah.
getting older,
Mm-hmm.
even if you were 30 and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm 30. Oh my gosh,
What
I'm
happens now?
40. What?
Right.
Like all of these, oh my gosh, I am, fill in the number, fill in the blank.
Right. Moments of FOMO.
Yes.
Fear of missing out.
Oh my gosh, FOMO. It can bring up a sense of sadness.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm this far in my life.
Yeah.
And shouldn't I have, or I won't get to anymore?
Mm-hmm.
I like to think of it as intentionally choosing to see the fruit and seeking opportunities to recognize that fruit. And if that's counseling that lets you pull off some dark yuck so that you can learn, oh, here's the fruit of that season. Or I keep saying seasons and it feels very trendy and trite, and I'd like to find a better word.
Mm-hmm.
But these pivot points in life.
Right. Right. And the counseling, I think it's all in perspective too, because I'm going in with expectation, knowing that what happened before is why I have the testimony that I have. And all the pieces start to add up, and I go, oh my gosh, the goodness of God. God met me right there.
Yeah.
In the middle of it. I didn't see it, but I see it now. Like this is causing me to rejoice every single week.
Because when you get to see God
Yes.
in your life's story, which you really so many times, I don't know about you, but for so much of my life, it's that rear view mirror that lets me see the goodness of God.
Yes.
It's hard when you're in the stuff. A lot of time, which is why the Bible encourages us to be steadfast in seeking Him. Because when
Right.
you're in this stuff,
Right.
you're like, why God? Why?
I think it calls you to want to. It calls your spirit to want to be forward facing. Because then we're living in expectation.
Yes.
Because the woman that is hearing this podcast today, the woman sitting next to me right now, is going to continue to grow.
Yes.
Like there's more growth tomorrow.
Every day.
Jackie, you get to grow again. Doesn't that sound beautiful?
It does. It does. Oh my gosh, I love that. You get to grow again. I love that. I am realizing as we're sitting out in the Florida humidity, the curly hair is trying to grow out of itself. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Be still, scatter thoughts. Because this too is part of life. We have squirrel moments where we're just talking these really great, profound things.
I love it though.
And then
It's so good.
a moment of levity will come in. Christi, one of the things that I want to share with you is a Bible verse that I found for this, and I think it really piggybacks on what you just said in such a beautiful way. Proverbs 4:18. The path of the righteous is like the light of dawn, which shines brighter and brighter until full day.
Wow. That is beautiful.
This I get to grow again is part of God's perfect plan for each of our lives.
Yes.
The light gets brighter and brighter and brighter until the full of day. And how hopeful and forward-leaning is that?
It's like the most beautiful rose in a garden.
Is it a David Austin rose?
We can make it a David Austin rose right now.
It's a David Austin rose.
But it goes from a seed, shoots through the soil, which can be dirty and messy.
It can. Manure.
Fertilizer. Yeah. Sprouts. Starts to bloom, starts to unfold until, what does the end of Proverbs say?
Until, which shines brighter and brighter until full day.
Until full bloom. And that's God's intention for our life. Because one day, that work that He's been doing in your life,
Full bloom.
and how you've been seeking Him, but you began with nothing, right? We begin with nothing, but God works through the whole process and comes to completion, full bloom, and He says, well done.
Friend,
Yes.
you wrapped us up again. I love that. Thank you for hanging out here with me today in not so sunny but glorious Florida. Let's keep looking for the full day events.
Sounds good.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.